Hey, at MiWilderness again. I just finished off my summer semester of school. I got about a week off before I have to go back. So I figured I'd take a break today and get out early and maybe do a little fishing. Hopefully catch some fish, maybe cook a fire or start a fire and cook some fish. And I brought a can of soup along in case I don't get no fish. Pulled up here to my spot and there's a bunch of common evening primrose here growing. I've munched on a few of these seed pods from the common evening primrose and they seem fine. The ones that are still green, they're not stringy or nothing. Had me a piece of my autumn olive fruit leather for breakfast. I stuffed myself last night with Chinese food, so today I'm going to eat light and do a lot of hiking to make up for it. I've never tried these evening primrose flowers, but we'll see. Not bad. They don't really have much flavor. A couple of the flower buds. Not bad. I think that's a good plant to know. Common evening primrose. It's not the same stuff that grows in your garden, but the seeds are what they use to make common evening primrose oil from the health store. Pretty good plant to know. Has an edible root too. You can eat the greens in the spring. I just cut through a little swamp over there, and on the way through I found a dead birch. I think this is yellow birch, I'm not sure really. But the birch bark stays good on it even after the tree's long gone, so this was just hollowed out a hollowed out stump sticking up, and I just took this one big chunk of birch bark and also grabbed me a cattail spike. So now I got 3 different types of tinder there. Hey, not sure if this is turkey tail or false turkey tail, but it's old and dry. I'm gonna grab some of it and see how it works for tinder. Autumn olives, they're getting ripe. Ooh man, I just came up a big hill. This is a cool area. It's pretty much oak woods. Oh, here's a pine too. Maybe I can get some pine sap, but whew, this trail will wear you out, man. It'll wear me out anyway. I'm not 100% in shape. But it's pretty much solid oak woods. And you know, there's the occasional black cherry or white pine or red pine in the mix, but that's pretty much it. I saw a tulip poplar back there and a couple chestnuts. But I'm gonna keep heading on down. I'll talk to you when I get there. Mountain bikers. Gotta love it. Alright, well, I crawled up yet another big hill. This whole area is just rolling hills. All the hills are like 100 to 200 feet high, and you pretty much are just constantly going up or down hills. And then every once in a while you want to run into one of these ponds or little pothole marshes or whatever you want to call them. But I got up to the top of this hill and I decided I needed to take a break and couldn't find no place to sit down, so I figured I'd put my bushcraft skills to use and see if I couldn't whittle up a makeshift seat so I could take a rest. And I wanted to show you what I came up with. It turned out pretty decent. Not too bad, eh? Ha ha ha. I gotta sit down and have me a break. Yeah, I'm in the wilderness, alright. Where park benches abound. Well, I'm still taking a break, but I saw this little patch of May apples. I figured I'd come over and see if any were ripe, but there aren't any on here. I think they dropped their fruit earlier. They just never got fruit to begin with, but I did find one. This one's nice and ripe. Smells nice and fruity too. Oh, yeah, it's real ripe. Real good. Nice and sweet. That one's pretty ripe though, but not bad. They just have a few big seeds in them. I just open them up and suck the pulp out and spit out the seeds. Indian pipes. That's a flower that has no chlorophyll in it. Pretty weird. I smelled something really good in the woods back here. I probably should have walked off and looked. It might have been a big old patch of ripe May apples. It had a really familiar sweet smell. I couldn't place it and kind of wanted to get on to my final destination here. Went ahead and passed it up, but I think on the way back I'm gonna cut off in the woods there and see. There might be a nice big patch of mayapple back there. But I'm gonna get on down the trail here. Alright, well, I'm not sure if this is wild ginger or not. I've never paid too much attention to it, but I have been curious about it for a few years now. I'm gonna go ahead and take some of this home and see if that is what it is. It's got a rough feeling leaf. It's got fine little hairs on the underside of the leaf and running down the stem. The stem, the leaf petiole, has a groove in the top side of it, which makes it form somewhat of a U shape. Little bitty little creek. Boy, this water looks so clean and smells so good. And it's moving. There's no scuzz built up on it anywhere. And this is a big section of woods that goes for a long, long ways without any houses. Or farmland for that matter. There's been a lot of times I've come through here after a really long hike and been out of water and just looked down and been so tempted to drink that. But I'm not gonna drink it. I got water in my backpack, but I thought it's a kind of a neat little creek. It runs all the way back through here. Lots of little frogs in there. I guess if I was real hungry, I could catch a bunch of frogs and eat them. But I'm not. I got food with me. And I've gathered up a little food along the way as well. I got more than enough food now. But I figured I'd just take a quick video of this. Just a little creek that runs through the woods around here. I actually don't see a lot of these creeks anymore because a lot of them have been diverted and run underground and stuff. And, I mean, even this one, you could see the old bike trail used to run right along the edge of this creek, and it completely eroded and washed into this creek. This creek used to be a lot deeper and had a stronger current too, actually. But I see now, especially since just since last year, it's really filled up with gravel, little gravel beds all the way around. It's actually changed its course. It used to, when I first came here a few years ago, the creek actually ran right through here, and now it's way over there. Pretty interesting. It's amazing how one little thing can have such a big effect on the woods. You wouldn't think a bike trail would be that big of a deal, but it causes erosion, and the next thing you know, things start changing. How's it going?
Pretty good. How about you?
Good?
Good to hear.
Clickety clack. That's Michigan.